Bancroft, Ontario, home of the Rally of the Tall Pines, the sixth and final event of the 2014 Canadian Rally Championship. After 5 events across the country, a champion has already been crowned.
There's no pressure because I already won the championship, but hopefully we'll have a good run.
But there is more on the line this weekend. While teams cross the start line filled with confidence and high expectations,
we want to win today, so we'll be pushing hard on the stages.
It's clear these roads are not to be underestimated. This event will see victors and claim victims. And when these stages are complete, history will have been written, all in a single day of rallying. This is cottage country. Just 3 hours from the Greater Toronto area, it's home to tranquil and serene forests and lakes. But for one day each year, the region is transformed. The air crackles with the sound of rally cars as they compete on the same country roads that pass local homes and cottages. This weekend, 31 teams will take on 190 kilometers of competitive stages. And while a typical Rally of the Tall Pines is covered in ice, this year the roads are frozen gravel and extremely fast. First on the road is the father-son duo of Sylvain and Simon Vincent. They don't have the fastest rally car here this weekend, but Sylvain has been rallying for decades, and that experience can't be bought. Second on the road is Subaru Rally Team Canada, driven by Martin Rowe and co-driver Nathalie Richard. Martin joined the team halfway through the season and wasn't truly in the running to win the championship. They have been developing the new 2015 STI and are beginning to see the fruits of their labour. They are hopeful this will be the event they climb to the top step of the podium. The Canadian Rally Championship is presented by Subaru, Confidence in Motion, and supported by Yokohama Tire Canada. Antoine Lestage and Alan Ockwell are the event favourites. Yokohama Rally Team Canada has won 5 out of 5 events so far, securing Lestage a record 7th Drivers' Championship. But Ockwell has yet to clinch the Co-Drivers' Championship. While their main goal is to secure that title for Ockwell, at the back of their minds is the possibility of a perfect season. There are numerous teams here this weekend that could challenge for the win, however. 2005 Canadian champion Peter Thompson, or defending Tall Pines winner Chris Martin. Locals Nicola and Massimo Norini, or even the Quebec privateer team of Maxime and Robert Labrie. Alexandre Berland with new co-driver Philippe Poirier are blazing the roads this weekend. Berland has podiumed at every rally he's finished this year, and his Subaru STI is the type of top-level machinery that can win events. Berland knows he's got to take a few stages to work out the chemistry with his new co-driver, but if the first stages go well, he'll be in a position to attack.
Droite 4 à jonction. C'était 1000 à jumps, 100 gauche 5. Tu viras ta note. Droite 5 plus, 60 gauche 4. En droite 5, 80 fin. Hey, ça a jumpé en hey, d'après moi, il doit avoir 5 pieds en dessous du char, hein? Il n'y avait pas l'âge pour atterrir.
In two-wheel drive, Simon Dubé's goal is to claim the two-wheel drive title. While the first stage has just begun, for competitors, the event actually began 24 hours earlier. At 5:45 a.m. the day before the event, Simon Dubé and co-driver Pat Lavigne are on their way out the door for the recce. This is their only opportunity before the rally to see the stages and write pace notes.
So we are at the start of Egan Creek stage. We are taking notes from 2011 and we are going to have some little correction, but I think that's going to be good.
4 moins ici. 4 moins. 150.
Each team has its own system and unique language to describe the road ahead, and consistency is important.
4 or 50 years ago, I started to use tape on my steering wheel and on my dashboard. So when I'm not sure of a call, I look at the tapes and that gives me precise call. That maybe that's a little advantage to be precise in my note.
Dubé's main competition this weekend isn't a factor in the overall two-wheel drive championship, but American Will Hudson, co-driven by John Hall, has proven to be blisteringly fast at several events this year. Behind them, Martin Walter in his 240SX has been fast at Tall Pines before. John Monroe in his 1973 Corolla will need to place high on the leaderboard to take the two-wheel drive championship away from Simon Dubé. That might be the lay of the land this early in the event. But with every stage mile completed, the landscape changes. When there is speed, there is the risk of damage. A team's result will hinge not only on their speed, but their ability to keep the car in one piece. Or to piece it back together. A strong service team is worth their weight in gold. 3 stages down and a 25-minute service before they go out and rally again. The final event of the Canadian Rally Championship season has begun, and teams are preparing to tackle the 4th stage of the event. The Old Detlaw stage is a centerpiece of the rally. Lestage and Ockwell have taken the lead of the rally. Behind is Rowe and Richard, with Belland, Labrie and Vincent completing the top 5. Will Hudson is on a tear, 6th overall and 1st in two-wheel drive.
3, 2, 1, go. 30, right 4 plus, left 5 minus max shirt opens, 100.
The Yokohama team launches into stage 4. Subaru Rally Team Canada pulls up to the line, due to start 2 minutes later. On stage, Lestage and Ockwell are both veterans of this rally. Their experience here should serve them well. The timer starts for Martin Rowe. Conceding 26 seconds to the leaders already, they're on full attack to keep the pressure on. Lestage sets the benchmark at the first split.
6 push short over small crest, 9. Right 4 hop, long over small crest, opens, 50.
Belland and Poirier are competing at their first event together, and their 3rd place position so far is promising. As their confidence grows, they push harder. Rowe passes the split time. He's down by 4.9 seconds. Meanwhile, the Vincents take to the stage. Despite gambling on snow tyres instead of gravel tyres this morning, they still sit in 4th. Belland through the split. 3rd fastest so far. Hudson and Hall's launch isn't as impressive as the all-wheel drive cars, but top 6 times against a field filled with open-class cars shows proof of commitment in the corners. Downstage, the leaders are on the final turns.
And care, left tightens the hard 3 hop, down lower crest, then opens. Into left 4 plus short, Plus late opens 100. Right 5 to finish, opens long. In the stop. That's it.
They set an overall time of 6 minutes 54.5 seconds. The Vincents are chucking their Subaru through every corner, but can't better Bellon's split. Simon Dubé's championship campaign resumes as he enters stage 4. His 1990 Golf is down on power and technology to the modern Fiesta R2 of Hudson. Rowan Richard pass Ironbridge and into the final section. They finish 11.5 seconds off the leaders. Bellon would like to grab a stage win here. Through the bridge in the spectator area, the orange Subaru settles for third fastest on the stage.
Excuse-moi, ça a mal été, mais non, c'est pas grave.
Back with Dubé, and his front-wheel drive is hooking up nicely on the frozen gravel. He crosses the midpoint split, down only 1.8 seconds from the class leader. Will Hudson makes his way past Ironbridge towards the spectator area. He's on pace to beat many all-wheel drive teams. And as he crosses the line, he lands a time of 7 minutes 49.7 seconds. That's 7th fastest overall, ahead of 2005 Canadian champion Peter Thompson. Simon Dubé's Golf simply doesn't have the power to keep up on the fast stages. He would have preferred snow-covered roads to even the score, but he's pressing on regardless. He'll fall back from his blistering pace on the first half of the stage and settle for 8 minutes 5.3 seconds. After 7 stages, Lestage holds onto the lead. Rowe is steady in second, and Bellon holds a 90-second lead over the Vincents. Hudson is now up to 5th and expands his two-wheel drive lead. With 2/3 of the rally remaining and the most technical and treacherous stages still to come, the leaderboard is certain to change.
Imagine taking on the same Yokohama tire technology that helps racers dominate the worst winter conditions around the world and optimizing it to help drivers take on Canadian winters with a tread that provides trust and control against extreme winter roads. Our new Ice Guard line is formed from an advanced water-absorbing compound for optimal grip. Don't just stand up to Canadian winter, conquer it with the all-new eco-friendly Ice Guard IG52C by Yokohama.
A third of the Rally of the Tall Pines is complete as teams arrive at the longest service of the day. With a large loop of 6 stages ahead, maintenance is critical for success.
Things are going really well. We won all the stages and got a pretty good lead now. I think it's just over 50 seconds. Conditions are a bit tricky, but she seems to hold together, so it's good.
Anything can happen. I'd like to think so. It's only a puncture or a small mistake. There's bits of ice in there. You know, we're going wide on corners. I know he's been going wide on corners, so you know anything can happen. And the next group of stages is 6 stages, so you know it's a long, long way to go.
Good so far. We had some time to adapt with Philip as a new co-driver, but we had a good test day last week. So, but we're doing good. We're 3rd right now. Normally it was all snow or icy condition, and now because we got lots of traction, it's we get surprised on a few big jumps.
We hit a big jump and we broke the rear right engine support. So we did all the other stage on that. It was not only the noise, but the car looking good. So keep pushing.
Yeah, it's going well. It's definitely going well. I've had a horrible season so far. You know, I haven't finished many events. I think it's been a big learning curve for me, and the main hurdle for me to get over is just to be able to finish. So happy to be here, but would like to be at the finish. It's, you know, more importantly.
The rough roads here are as hard on the cars as they are on the competitors, and Labrí's crew races to repair suspension damage suffered in the last loop. With service complete and the year's stage mileage running down, Subaru Canada's Martin Rowe and Natalie Richard are on a tear to prove a point. This is no mere showmanship. The team is trying to keep Natalie in the hunt for the overall co-driver championship.
Long left 3, continues over crest.
Antoine Lestage and Alan Ockwell aren't making it easy for them, with a lead of over 50 seconds. They rarely make costly mistakes, so the Yokohama Canada team just needs more of the same to stay ahead.
Over big crest and jump, and here right things hard. 3 over crest, drop over wide.
Sylvain and Simon Vincent's key to going the distance is running their own rally. Ignoring their fellow competitors keeps the father-son team focused on driving. Over a minute and a half ahead is Belland. His pace is enough to keep Vincent at bay, but not enough to close the gap to Rowe. Having repaired the suspension on their car, Labrí is back up to speed. But the first stage of the loop will be their last, going off the road and ending their season with a crash. Both Maxime and Robert are unhurt. In two-wheel drive, Dubé is driving hard to make up for a lack of machinery and extending his gap over third in class. But Hudson and Hall are too far out front to catch. Back in the battle for the lead, Rowe is pushing as hard as he can to close the gap. At the very limit, it only takes a small error to have big consequences. Subaru Rally Team Canada's crash shakes up the leaderboard. Lestage is still at the top, but Belland moves to second and Vincent gains a podium position. Hudson in his Fiesta sits in fourth, ahead of Narini and Donnelly, and also tops the two-wheel drive leaderboard.
We were pushing and went slightly wide, and there's a huge big rock here which flipped us over.
These roads will catch you out, and this does not reflect the trust that I have for Martin. He's a good driver, and, you know, no problem hopping back in with him.
Thank you.
One last service stop as night falls. One final loop of stages before champions can be crowned.
Well, I don't know everything. I just know that Martin and Nat went off. It's really tough with all the jumps and the rough stuff, but we're in a good position now with only one loop of stages to go, so good for us.
Tall Pines, it's not over. We are third right now, but a lot of things can happen again.
The surviving teams will attack the final stages of the rally and the season when we return to the Rally of the Tall Pines. Following Rowe and Richard's crash, Antoine Lestage and Alan Ockwell have all but secured the victory.
3, 2, 1, go. Left 5 over small crest, tightens hard.
They simply need to bring their car to the end, and they will make history. When the season started in February, Lestage had his sights set on a 7th driver's title.
We're going flat out from the word go, and good start of a season.
Event after event, victories mounted.
I know Antoine is really hard to catch, but he's the goal.
It's too bad that Pat was not here. I'm sure we both have thoughts for him, wishing him to get well soon.
Coupled with the retirement of his long-standing rival, his championship was clinched after only 4 events, giving him more titles than any other driver in Canadian history.
A 7th championship for me, it's something very special.
He then went on to claim his 5th straight event win of the season, leading to a rare opportunity. A perfect season is within his grasp.
I'm really happy with the season we have, and let's try to win them all.
The Canadian Rally Championship is presented by Subaru, confidence in motion. In the dark of the night, teams are chasing down the finish line. Belland and Poirier are doing just that. After a very up and down season, second place would be an outstanding finish. Behind Belland is the father-son team of Sylvain and Simon Vincent, who are finishing their season the way they started it. Smooth and steady is a definite recipe for success at the Rally of the Tall Pines. Just ask Simon Dubé and Pat Levine. They have charged hard to hold on to second. That would be good enough to secure their two-wheel drive title. But their rally has just taken a turn. Their Golf suffers an electrical problem that forces the team to the side of the road. They can't believe it, and neither can their rivals, Martin Walter and Ferdinand Trautmannsdorf.
And turn, right 3-. Kings 120.
While Patrick holds up the OK sign,
Oh no!
Simon attempts to fix the problem.
Oh, that sucks.
No.
No! Left 5 long into small crest.
But the clock continues to tick away. For the first place team of Will Hudson and John Hall, Dubé's struggle changes little. They've been the fastest two-wheel drive team all weekend, and crossing the final finish line hands Hudson his first Canadian victory.
Okay, that's the end. Woo! 4 right plus. Yeah, dog. Well done, lad. Yeah.
Simon Dubé fixes his issue and completes the remaining stages. Luckily, they will do it just fast enough to still claim the two-wheel drive championship. For the Yokohama team of Lestage and Ockwell, the night stages are uneventful. The driver that made history 2 events ago by claiming his 7th driver's title makes history again.
I didn't see the boards. That's it, man. Oh, good job. Congrats. Perfect season, eh? Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, great job.
Unbelievable. Won the rally, perfect season. Alan is champion too, so it's unfortunate what happened to Martin and Nat. Luckily, I think they're both okay. Thanks to Yokohama, thanks to my team. It's great.
Antoine Lestage's victory here makes him the first driver in Canadian history to complete a perfect season. The most beautiful thing about this sport isn't always the obvious.
It feels amazing. I'm thrilled.
Brutal and powerful pieces of machinery, possibly.
I had the championship in my pocket, so yeah, pretty happy about that.
The battle of determination through the elements, certainly.
It's one of the toughest rally I've ever done.
We had a load of bad luck for a couple rally, and having a good finish is really good.
A sport as unpredictable and dramatic as any, without a doubt.
Perfect season, literally won every single event. Absolutely thrilled to win the rally and my 3rd Canadian co-driving championship.
I didn't want to think about it too much today, but now we've done it. Won all the rallies this year, and we're both champions. I'm a bit. I can't find the words right now, but yeah, it's something very special that I'm really proud of.
But more than all these is the chance to observe ordinary individuals destined for greatness making history. On behalf of everyone involved in the Canadian Rally Championship, I'm Neil Cole. Thank you for watching, and we invite you back for the start of the 2015 season in February.